Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another Nikkei video. So this is part 2 of my 3-part series of CBT or Closed Beta Test 1. And this is going to be 5 things that I think need to be addressed by the Nikkei team. So I'm going to start with the elephant in the room. First of all, I'm sure everyone have seen parts about censorship. If you play the game or follow the game from the beginning, you know that the anise in some of the early promotion materials look different from our anise in-game. The clothes, I believe, are a bit higher here, but however, if you look at the in-game battle, it's the uncensored version. So my take on this, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this, is over at the Discord, the moderators already fed this back to the team, the dev team, because it's the most talked about topic just ever across each platform about Nikkei. People are very concerned about censorship from a global perspective. If you play other gachas, Blue Archives, one thing, other games coming out of Asia, for example, and Nikkei is no different. So for me personally, I really don't care that much. It's not like all of a sudden everyone's just covered up completely. I understand that you know, some people see it as a way of you know, your selling point is A, and you're reducing the amount of A to to comply with local regulations and whatnot. I just want to, I guess, make a point that sometimes the devs do that either, you know, to comply with the regulations of various platforms, Google Play or Apple, or to do it to attempt to reach out to a wider audience by lowering the age rate, right? So we don't know what the reason is, and we don't know if it's going to be censored forever, because Destiny Child has uncensored version on TapTap, and also Azure Lane has a way around it. So until I've seen the finished product, which is the full release, I'm not going to comment too much about censorship, and to me it doesn't affect that much in terms of gameplay for me. But I do understand that this is probably the one thing the devs need to be addressed, because there are players that will just not play the game because of this. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about censorship. The second part is the pity system, or the lack of pity system. Oh my goodness, when I first saw the poll system, I was shocked. Okay, first of all, it sucks, because if you look at the wish list, and I don't know if the wish list actually screws you up, because it says, you know, recruit Nikkeis, and when you put on the wish list, you put 15. You can't just take off like 2 and say I only want these 3. You need to select 15. So what is the point of having a 15 unit wish list? It's just a general pool basically. The rate isn't too bad. It's 4%. That's fine in the current gacha field. But what is going to be a problem is the mileage or the pity. There is none. Once you get to whatever target you're hitting, what you get are those skip tickets, or not skip tickets, but resources that you can use to essentially get 2 hours worth of training data, which are like EXP chips. So pulling just to get EXP chips is not what I had in mind when I looked at a pity or mileage system in a gacha game. Especially knowing that now we need a maximum of at least 11 dupes to max a character. This is a bit unacceptable for me. But of course, this is only CBT, and we don't have a rate up banner, so potentially the rate up banners will have pity, and also proper wish list or something. Just like Princess Connect when it first started, there's the general pool, but there's no pity, right? But once we have focus banners, there will be pities built in. So I'm hoping they will have that for CBT2, and I can revise that and give you guys an update on the pity system. But so far, no pity really hurts the game, because the next component, the third point I'm going to make about things that needs to be addressed, is the dupe system. So my previous video that I talked about the dupe system, the earliest video I talked about the dupe system said that you know, you need 1 base for SSRs, of course, and then 3 dupes to max limit break the unit to level 200, and then for SRs it's 2, right? But your max level is 160. However, Upon max limit breaking the SSR, you actually unlock a core up mechanic. So this is, you can see the number 01. This is on top of max limit breaking. So my liberties, I got 3 dupes on top of the 1, plus another dupe which unlocks core up, and each core up gives 5%. And as we know now, there's at least 7 or level 7 core up in game, just because you can unlock prison mode in your avatar once you reach level 7. But to reach level 7 means you need 1 base, 3 for max limit breaking, and then 7 on top of that. So all in all, 11 dupes for a single unit with no rate ups or no pity. It's going to be an issue. People will trash this. I mean, 11 dupes is kind of crazy. Of course, you know, for most players, you get 1 base, 3 dupes, you reach level 200, that's fine. But there's going to be a lot of players who are going to complain about the fact that whales will have a 35% base stat advantage, and that's amplified by gears and whatnot, right? Base stat advantage against players who only have 1 base and 3 dupes, and that's 4 dupes, right? 4 units. 4 of the same units, and the whales can still have a 35% stat advantage. I mean, I don't know how the devs are going to address this. They may just keep it in, and then because of how generous the polls or the currencies are, they'll say, you know what, it's fine, everyone get there eventually, sure. And then there'll be some angry people, but later on it'll just be alright. Personally, we need to see what's going on, because if it goes beyond level 7 and it's like level 10 or something, then all of a sudden you need 14 dupes of the same character. So yeah, hopefully they have some information about that regarding dupes, because yeah, 11 dupes, I mean, for mega whales it's fine, but even for dolphins they won't reach it, right? So for us, for CBT players, we got a huge ton of gems through CBT testing. Okay. And then even that, I only have 2 units that are max limit broken, or 3, and then 1 that is core up 1, right? And must have received at least like 50,000 gems or something like that, 50,000 gems. So unless they found a way to easily core up, otherwise it's gonna be a problem. Okay, so 2 more things for closed beta test that I'm hoping the devs will address. One is more of a personal thing. It's in-depth bonding. So right now, bonding with a unit, you can give it gifts, you can advise or just have a little chat with them, and then based on the choice you make, you either get 100 points or 50 points, and then you increase the bond level. However, the bond level isn't capped for some reason, or at least we haven't reached a cap potentially. If you know in the comments, if you know, leave it in the comments. Right now, I'm at rank 12 with Diesel, and at rank 10, I unlocked the max, or the last episode, but you can go above 10. And then each rank, it was still giving additional stats. So is there a cap? There must be a cap for bonding, right? Or else you can just keep going. And I touched on this on my whale advantage video, but if you're gonna increase the rank to like 15 or 20, give us more story, or give us an oath system, because again, the main selling point of the game is to interact with the various characters. So yeah, I'm hoping they talk about that as well, because again, it's another thing that people were interested in. Can we go beyond the 5 story that's there, or change expressions? Because right now there's barely any interactivity between Bond 1 or Bond 5 or Bond 10, right? They have the same lines, they have the same face. So yeah, maybe we'll see like costumes on higher ranks and stuff like that. Okay. Last one that I have is the localization. So of course there's a closed beta test, and all the closed beta testers have been feeding back to the devs, but some of the translation are just way off, right? There are words missing text, there are words that doesn't make sense. Some parts, I mean, the story is great, even though there's errors in grammar or spelling and whatnot, but sometimes when you see these things happen, it just makes you feel that it's not a polished game and it was outsourced to some cheap translation company that just did it. So of course we are the CBT closed beta testers, and we fed those errors back to the devs. Hopefully they'll fix them, because if it's gonna release with crap translations, that really takes away some of the immersion, the joy in this game. So yeah, those are the 5 things I wanted to say. I'm gonna send this video to the devs as well, things they hopefully will address: censorship, lack of pity, number of dupes acquired, in-depth bonding, and localization. And maybe some of these will change for CBT2. I'm part of that test as well, so I upload videos and let you know if anything does change. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.